we're going to do is just do a video to say, hey, you know, if you want to come down and have a go.
Yeah, just do it.
Cool.
Ready to go? Yeah.
Well done. No, we can.
I was going to do a bit more formal than that.
No, let's do it. Let's
I didn't realise she was recording.
I'm joking.
This is how sneaky she is. She does the work. Turn around, there's a camera in my face. So, if you want to come racing, the guys here can sort you out. That's basically what we're trying to say.
Right, so now what's the plan?
So I'm going to show you a few tips if you are interested, some of the key features on a RC car. So first of all, we actually run on a slick tyre, so you can see there's no tread on the tyres here. This is the preferred tyre. They come in different compounds, so obviously this is going to be a soft one. You can feel how tacky it is. We actually put what's called an additive onto the tyre, and then we bake it in with what's called a tyre warming cup. That actually warms up your tyres. You can set it up to 100 degrees if you want to. Tonight we're around 60 to 70 degrees, so you get a nice bit of heat in the tyres. That's one key feature. Another one is with your motor. So all these have got different motors. This one here is a 17.5. So what you have here, these are the gears, which you actually can change the ratio to get the best performance out of the motor. So each car, each motor will have a different ratio. Some classes will have a set ratio you have to abide by, but for this one, it's a slower motor, so what you try and do is achieve the top speed is get actually a larger pinion to suit the spur. But you don't want to go too big, because the bigger the pinion, the more strain the motor's under. When the motor's under strain, it gets hot and then sometimes can fade. So you want to try and get the ratio right, keeping the motor cool. You've probably seen a few, I don't think any of these cars, but you can actually fit a fan at the back of the motor, which can help keep the cooling down too. Another little tip, wiring is quite crucial in these cars. There's not much room, you can see it's very tight in the cars. These electronics are actually just double-sided taped down. You can see this person's actually just used some cable ties. Some people go into the extent of actually shortening these cables that go to the receiver. Makes it a nice neat job. I'll show you some other cars in the shed who've done it a nice job there. Another one as well is different battery types. So this is what we call a stick pack for a touring car. It's a 2-cell LiPo. Obviously come in different capacities. We usually go for around a 5,000 plus. And these actually use what we call bullet connectors. So on our positive and negative, we actually just have a 4mm or a 5mm connector, which you actually push into the battery. The most crucial thing when you're racing these cars is this person's put a bit of pink tape or paint. That's going to be your positive. Your negative, then will go in the opposite one. If unfortunately sometimes it happens, you can actually cross polarity, and it does work with speed controller. So that's one key thing. If you don't like that, you can get batteries which have a pre-soldered plug on. So that's not going to have the connections where you can cross polarity. This will just be a standard connector. This one's a Dean's. Simply plug it in and then you can switch it on from there. Other little tips, there is also a lot of adjustment. So on these cars, you can actually adjust the toes and cambers. So here we have little turnbuckles for adjustment. This is you can adjust here your camber, which is your wheels floating in and out. Each car will have different setups, different tracks. You can have your toe. This is set by these little blocks down here. And inside here you can have some little inserts which can actually affect your toe. At the front it's a bit easier to adjust your camber and toe. Just these two turnbuckles here for your camber, and then off your steering bell crank system here, you've got these two turnbuckles. This will adjust your toe at the front. Normally you'd run a 1 to 2 mil toe out on the front. It just basically a toe will straighten up your car when you go in a straight line. But you don't want too much, because too much is going to slow down your car. It's always fighting the car. What else is there important to know? Shocks. These are actually oiled filled shocks. In here we actually have a piston with a few little holes. This will actually dampen the wheel on rebound and going up. So that's another crucial one. Depending on track conditions and stuff like that, do what different things you run. There's a lot of other little things you can pick out in cars. You know, there's the adjustments mega. You can do all sorts. Then moving on to bodies, you know, bodies do make a huge difference in RC cars. There's a huge array. Depending on the class, at the moment is, you know, we've got bodies coming out every couple of months. A lot of people are bringing out body shells to get the most out of their 10th scale car. Yeah, and these are the club cars. And I definitely recommend, if you're interested in racing them, get down to Baronia RC Car Club here on a Wednesday night and check them out, because it's super good fun.
Alright, well, thanks for introducing everyone to like what the basics is.
Yeah, I think it's good to you know, just show you what actually goes on in racing, because some of you might know RC cars are out there, but you know, we actually meet up on Wednesday nights here especially to race these things, and it's great because there's a lot of people. We have food here as well to snack on. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So if you guys are interested, feel free to ask questions for Rob in the comments. Just a little thumbs up on the video, and stay tuned for more RC related content.
Yeah. Let's go.
Aw, who's there?
How are you?
It's the frame guy.
It's the frame guy.
That's my department. That's
Yeah.
not yours.